Uncharted is an action-adventure game developed by Naughty Boy and published by Sony Computer Entertainment. The game is a third-person shooter game that focuses on Nathan Drake, who is a playable character. Uncharted is kind of an open world-ish, but it is more linear because you have an objective to complete to continue the story. The graphics in the game was astonishing, and the voice acting was incredibly funny. The soundtrack was amazing. It just made you feel like it just felt so authentic to the Uncharted experience, and it gave me goosebumps. The gameplay was a little bit frustrating to deal with because I was constantly running out of ammo in the middle of a gunfight, and on top of that, there were so many enemy soldiers to deal with. And there's this NPC soldier that is equipped with heavy body armor, and it was hard to eliminate this type of soldier. The easy way to eliminate them was to shoot them in the head, well, headshot, or just blow them up. But it's easier to deal with one of them. There were scenes, well, gunfights that you had multiple of these soldiers to deal with, so it was overwhelming. And then you got the regular soldiers to deal with, and then sometimes you don't know if a soldier is like right behind you, so they can attack you from behind. It was just a lot to deal with on the gunfights, but they still were pretty amazing and they were pretty cool to deal with. There were these snipers that I also had to be aware of when I was trying to go stealth. They could spot you from above, and I really did enjoy the melee in this game where you can sneak around enemies and attack them from behind in the bushes and stuff. I really did enjoy the sneaking around element in this game. There were a variety of weapons, but my go-to was the automatic pistol and the AK. Sometimes the shotgun, because the shotgun's like heavy and damaged, so I would go with those, or I would go with a special type of weapon. Those were like usually my go-to weapons. The story is set several years after the conclusion of Uncharted 3. The story of Uncharted 4 follows Nathan Drake, a retired treasure hunter who is forced back into the world of thieves slash treasure hunters by his brother Sam Drake, who is presumed dead in prison, in order to find the long lost treasure of pirate Captain Henry Avery. Joining them is Sullivan, who is Nathan's mentor slash father figure. As they go on this journey, Nathan is tested to his limits and what he is willing to sacrifice to save his loved ones. The story of this game is amazing, and I really love the transitions between the flashbacks and the current story. And I really love in these flashbacks, we get to see Nathan Drake's backstory. Because in the games, we really don't get to see like how Nathan Drake became a treasure hunter. So I really just think that it was just wonderful how they ended the saga of Nathan Drake with telling his backstory. I really did enjoy that. And I also enjoyed the little scenes between him and his wife Elena, when she found out that he was lying to her this entire time. I really did enjoy those moments that they had on the island when they were trying to repatch their relationship. I really did love those. It was kind of sad and it was kind of exciting because it's like, oh, we get to see them back together again in a way. I also love the jokes that the characters make in the fight scenes. It's really funny how they are in a serious situation, but they're joking about it. I find that to be very enjoyable. And the fight scenes were insane. Like, it really felt so real when somebody hit you. It made you feel like you were getting hurt. And it looked like it really did hurt. The parkour that was performed is insane, especially when you're trying to run away from enemies or escape a fallen building. It is ridiculously insane. As you go on the journey, you come across puzzles that you have to solve and secret clues that you have to find. And I wasn't entirely okay with that because puzzles are not my strong suit. So it was one of the things that I really don't like about the game, but I still managed to solve the puzzles at the end of the day. The theme in this game is not that hard to miss. The main theme to me is the obsession with finding a hidden treasure that consumes people's personal lives and get them killed. On the private island where you find the private utopia, you come across people who are left behind and who have died on the island. They left like notes and stuff saying how they spent their entire lives searching for Avery's treasure, and they were so close too, but they end up dying because they suffered injuries and wounds from the deadly traps that Avery left behind. And they end up leaving their loved ones and all for the treasure, like Nathan did, which is honestly not one of Nathan's best moments, lying to his wife while he was trying to find the treasure. It was a douchebag move, to be honest with you. These cinematic moments, really the cutscenes, are the one of the best I've seen in a game. The cutscenes felt like watching a movie, And the Uncharted game just seemed like a really long movie, but it just doesn't feel like one. And I think that's what makes a great movie, to get an audience interested enough to see the whole thing. That just lets you know how great the cutscenes were, and the soundtrack and the imagery and the actors. It really make the scene more incredible and real and breathtaking. And I think they really, really do a good job with this game in ending Nate's story. So Uncharted is really one of the top video games I have ever played by far. And I really do recommend you go playing it. That is it for today's video, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.
Well, jack that up to like 11, all right?
Oh,
Because I'm coming for you.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my. That's okay. Fine.